Namaste, angels. I'm here to do another client reading. This woman, I'm thinking about doing it differently because I've read for her before, not that long ago, actually, maybe about a month ago. And then she was quite happy with the reading and quite happy that, you know, like right after it, she received the contact that I had suggested she would receive after not receiving any for a while. But then, you know, they had some sort of turn of events yet again. So going back to do a follow-up, I think I may do something different, but I'll still go ahead and begin with the cross. And to do that, I'm going to begin with the energy of Earth connection from my Tony Carmine Salerno Universal Love Oracle. Earth connection is about exactly what it looks like and sounds to be. It's about, you know, getting grounded and reconnecting with Mother Earth for the sake of healing ourselves and for like reopening the flow to our abundance in all things earthly, but also love. Opening to emergence, which is what it looks like, all about like the phoenix rising from the ashes. And we can imagine that down below there was darkness, you know, and now we're above that. She's like fully illuminated, surrounded only by like the yellow light of Archangel Uriel, the orange light here, down here, aura of Archangel Ariel. There's some purple here that may be Jophiel or Michael, and then the white light, the Christ light coming down into her crown chakra, her third eye chakra here. Looks like some going like straight at the ear chakra and the throat chakra. So being upgraded in the process as she's on her way up. Emergence back and opening to celebration. And for me, this is a very, this was like the Pentecost. It reminds me all the time of the Pentecost. This very Pentecostal-like dove, in my opinion. It's about happy times. And this could be the celebration. We could be celebrating our own ascension, our own growth. Emergence back and opening now to spiritual growth. Speaking of that. And I think I'll cut here. Transience. Now this one is about allowing ourselves to be healed, like similar to the other one where we're rising from the ashes, but this is like being still. Taking the time and the energy to be still. And that may sound like an oxymoron, like the energy to be still. Yes. This is consciously deciding to not move, to not decide, to not try to be in control, to be fully vulnerable and allow the universe to be in control and to heal you. With, again, the white light of like the Christ light, this yellow light here of Archangel Uriel, whose name means God's light. So that, you know, similar to the Christ light. And then we see the purple and the blues here. Some more orange, some more Ariel coming through. Overall energy is golden path. This would certainly guide you to remain on track. Even though it might look like things are out of sorts, topsy-turvy. When we see the golden path card, we're guided to remain on track. Keep going. Stay the course. Okay, the feminine with relation to herself. It's that transience card. Yet again, after I shuffled in my hand to get the overall energy, and we came to golden path, transience showing up here again. So this is what you need to do. What your higher self is telling you that you need to do. And if you haven't realized it already, if it hasn't reached you, you got to be still. You're like doing too much thinking, certainly. Let the universe handle this part and talk to you in quiet. You got to get into like a pace of full quiet. Just completely still yourself. The masculine with relation to you and the union, he sees your spiritual growth. He sees more than you see about you right now. And that may be why, perhaps if he's taken a step back, why he has. Him about himself, reflection. So he's going through a similar thing, and that's why he's understanding, maybe even empathetic in a sense, toward your situation, and in feeling that he shouldn't be around for it necessarily is what I'm getting. Because again, you need to be able to do this. This woman is alone and quiet. You got to get into a quiet space. Just you and the universe. His feelings about the union right now. Sorrow. I think we had this before too. With you. That with this part I am remembering. Because I didn't go over your past reading or anything. But I remember you and I having a conversation the day after. I remember the card speaking to me during the reading. And saying, you know what it means. You know what he's talking about. I said something in relation to the card. And then he's saying, you know what this means. Yeah, I believe that was you. I apologize if it wasn't, but I'm feeling like it was. Overall, embrace. This card isn't what it looks like, actually. It looks like a happy couple in a really tight, and loving hug. It's actually one person and their inner masculine and feminine coming together harmoniously. So this is what the two of you individually each need to achieve and will achieve according to this. And again, that may be why you each need to get into your own space of reflection and transience to give way for spiritual growth. In the meantime, the masculine feeling about the union as a whole, sorrow. Let's get more about this. But the overall outcome is relationship. So maybe sorrow about the distance. It may be sorrow about the distance, like knowing that it's necessary, but still wanting to come together. And I think a lot of us experience this over and over and over again, unfortunately. Every time we come together and separate, and the feminine is getting, I'm the divine feminine in my relationship too. I know how that we get. And I speak to a lot of you guys on a regular and consistent basis. And we get antsy. But, like that card, look at the other person's perspective or consider the other person's perspective. When the masculine has to pull away, he's got feelings too. So he's pulling away typically because it could be any number of reasons. But the feelings in either case, on either side, don't immediately get shut off. It's not like there's no feeling of loss or distance and missing one another, or him missing you, the fact that he had to go and stuff like that. Actually, I had an interesting conversation with one of the divine feminine today with her divine masculine. They're in separation, but he contacted her daughter, who's of age, to wish her happy birthday and, have a cup of coffee with her, but not with her mother. And I had, we had a talk, and at the end of the day, at the end of the conversation rather, she agreed that what he was doing was subtly saying, I'll be back, but I'm not ready now to come back. So that's why I can't involve you. But I don't want to lose the connection to the family. And I do miss you guys and stuff like that. And I truly believe that they all go through this, and that this is why this is showing up here. Certainly with relationship as the outcome. Connecting to your divine masculine higher self. And this is the card that he chooses to put here for the outcome. Certainly says that he doesn't want to necessarily be apart for any amount of time. It's more so that he has to. And again, it's something that we all go through. If it wasn't part of it, everybody would be together right now. This is, it's par for the course for divine unions, unfortunately, or fortunately. For you, what he would have you do is relinquish your fear surrender your fear in, consideration of the union and in healing it and in coming together. He needs you to let go of this. He is willing to fully succumb to the relationship. I have sacred union sitting next to relationship. But he's got to handle some things right now. That's all it is. And you've got to handle some things right now. It can't work with holding on to this. This is why we come together and separate over and over again. Until this is healed to the satisfaction of the universe, it will continue to happen. Not just for you, for all of us as a collective. Until this is healed, this fear, this ego, until we are ready to relinquish truly the 3D. And most of us say we are, and we're prepared to do that, and we're not. We're not. Particularly with regard to like money and stuff, we cling. We cling to the 3D like there's no tomorrow. And the thing is, if there really were no tomorrow, the money wouldn't matter. All that would matter is your spirituality, is your connection to the universe, is where your soul is going after this plane. But we tend not to realize that unless we're confronted with that type of situation. I say all that to say it's very important that not just you, so not chastising you, but that all of us release our connection to the earthly and release our fear and ego. Like nothing else matters. If you're stuck, you have a cord connected to somebody, a lot of times it is over something the earthly. And, of most of those times it is money. Like I can't completely cut this person out of my life because, some sort of monetary, situation. In which you're dependent upon them, whether it's a job that's going nowhere otherwise, or it's, a relationship that's otherwise dead, but you can't, you feel you can't move or you can't leave this person because, they got you by the purse strings. That demonstrates a lack of faith to the universe. And I'm not chastising you. I don't mean just for you. I mean for all of us. This is the way it works. This sort of thing demonstrates a lack of faith. We only are like satisfied and happy and like true believers, quote unquote believers, when we're being shown signs and everything. But what do we show the universe? As soon as the signs stop coming and, we completely turn our backs. We completely turn our back. I'm tired of this. I'm done with this. I don't know what's going on. Our faith is out the window. And so this is what we have to work on. And this is why Mary is sad too. Your divine masculine is sad. Why? For the reason I already said, because he's not away because he wants to be. He's away because he has this reflection and spiritual growth to do, just like you have the transience and the spiritual growth to do, so that you both can individually and then together come to a place like this, meet somewhere like this in the middle with this embrace, with your inner selves healed, each of you, your inner divine masculine and feminine healed. What the universe would have the two of you to sacrifice: full surrender, full feminine energy of surrender to the universe. Basically what I've been going on and on about anyway, without that card. I hope that this makes you feel better, but I'm going to go ahead and do another spread too. Okay, so it is, the union's still intact, it still exists. Nobody has sworn it off or broken the covenant with the universe or God. We remain on path, but this is part of it. Par for the course, as they say. All right, I'm going to go on to the angel tarot cards, beginning with the dreamer and Archangel Metatron. A leap of faith. Follow your dreams. That leads to unexpected opportunities. And open to the sun with Archangel Uriel. All that talk I did about Uriel and his yellow light. Here he is. Happy outcome. Brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. So this happy outcome, opposite the dreamer or the fool, is saying that if you take the leap, things will work out. But we have to cut the cord. We got to take the chance. We got to show the universe. We got to demonstrate to it that we have faith in it, that we don't just have faith when it's giving of us, and then we're unwilling to give anything back. That only demonstrates that we're full of fear and ego, and we're selfish, basically. Opening to the Chariot, which is all about movement, moving, travel, transportation, victory. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. The Chariot also represents the sign of Cancer or other water sign, Pisces, Scorpio. The Dreamer for me, the Fool, not necessarily the Fool, but the Dreamer in this deck, this particular card represents for me the signs of Gemini and Virgo and the planet Mercury. The Dreamer back. Opening to the World with Archangel Michael, a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, and the path toward enlightenment. So this speaks to your spiritual growth again, the path toward enlightenment and your overall energy of the golden path from before. Again, staying the course, but part of that course and par for that course is going to be some of these, ups and downs, and like for better or for worse moments, because we're already married when we're in a sacred union. Dreamer back. Opening to the Two of Air. Somebody's got a decision to make, and they're unable or unwilling to make said decision. They may have even reached a stalemate and are pretending there is no problem. Dreamer back. I'm going to cut. The Ace of Air, more victory, brilliant new ideas and inspirations, seeing the truth of a situation and maybe even a challenging beginning. The Ace of Air is, again, a Gemini, perhaps like the Dreamer, Aquarius, or a Libra. The Dreamer jumped out of the deck. It was fighting in my hand, and I finally just tossed it, whatever this card is, I want it out of my hand. It was the Dreamer back yet again. Okay, so you are to take a leap like the card just did. The overall energy is the Queen of Water, who's tenderhearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. Masculine is the Five of Fire, competing goals, bothersome details, and conflict with others. This tends to be, for me, conflict with close friends and or family members. Can also be sometimes some fighting internally oneself, like when yourself hasn't come together for that embrace. You're not in balance. The masculine is surrounded by the Queen of Earth, who's thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. She's also a Virgo, perhaps like the Dreamer again. Taurus or Capricorn. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. In his subconscious, the Page of Earth, who's scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful. Good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, maybe even a new area of study. This can be, the new area of study can be himself, because again, you guys are going through spiritual growth, and he's been doing reflection, is what the first spread showed. Feminine, you, Seven of Water, you the one with the decision to make, a complex decision at that. There's a need for you to do some research and to stop procrastinating. Surrounded by this Star, Archangel Jophiel. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans because you're on the right path. As we knew already, the Star is an Aquarius or other air sign, Gemini, Libra. It's all about your wish being granted, your prayers being answered. It's a resounding yes from the universe if you had a yes or no question. And in your subconscious, the King of Air, who's brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice and balance mental and emotional considerations. Crowning. It's the Hermit with Archangel Raziel. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery, which is what I just said the masculine was doing. And you to, or this is what he encourages you to do as well. Again, the Hermit is a Virgo or other earth sign like the Queen and Page of Earth, Taurus, Capricorn. At the root, speaking of more Virgos, Tauruses, and Capricorns, it's the Knight of Earth now, who's loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. So this is another message, indication that there's no need to be fearful. We're protected. We're guided, divinely guided by each of us assigned these guardian angels to make sure that we get to where we need to go safely. At the heart of the matter, the Ace of Water, falling in love with the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, maybe even a new home. So this is part of your decision is whether or not to go for the new beginning, basically. And this can be just the fact of getting back to the beginning spread, like the surrender. Your prayers are being answered. Here's this love opportunity. Here's this, reunion coming. Here's this new start for the two of you. But you got to let go of the fear to actually take it. You got to grab it. You have to. If the olive branch is extended, you got to put your hand on the other end. Otherwise you could fall of water, which means miss the opportunity. And you don't want to do that when your prayers have been answered. This is something you've been asking the universe for. Here it is. I'm going to go to the romance cards for more clarity. Begin with chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. And opening to honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Chemistry. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Chemistry. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Chemistry. And lastly, reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Here they are, right here at the heart of the matter. Chemistry. I'm going to cut. The Ace of Water is a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, like the Chariot that showed up here before, or someone taking on those traits, that type of energy, love, emotion. Reconciliation is back, okay? To reassure you, someone from your past is returning to your love life. You know who that someone is? It's this person. Okay, so we just have to make sure that this doesn't also return. Overall energy is children. Your love life is being affected by children. The Ace of Water often represents children for me too. I mean, all water or cups cards can in the tarot, at least in my opinion. But specifically, the ones that make me feel about, think about children and or family most often are the Ace, the 6, and the 10. So you may have children, he may have children, somehow those children causing a block. Again, maybe there's somebody with whom you refuse to cut cords, like their father, perhaps because of money or other earthly good. That's one of your fears. How am I going to raise my children if I separate myself from their father, or if I take a risk, telling him that I found somebody new, or whatever the case is. Here atop the 5 of Fire, and these competing goals, bothersome details, this conflict, he's fighting with somebody. Forgiving and learning come with it as a result. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So he's got something of which he needs to let go as well. Again, you guys were mirroring one another with that reflection and the transience. You're both going through the same things, and you need to be alone to do it. But when you can, you're going to reconcile as soon as you're able. That energy is surrounding you right now, as you saw it pop up 2-3 times just now. Here atop, speaking of all that, all these wonderful things, atop the Queen of Earth is wedding. This situation involves marriage. Now, this can have dual meaning. This wedding can be applying to you because, again, you guys are in a sacred union. You're already married. At the same time, this person with whom he has the conflict can be his wife or the equivalent, so forth, of like an earthly wife, and somebody from whom he needs to separate it, or with whom he needs to cut cords if he's already separated from them. At the in his subconscious, atop the page of earth, is attraction, which basically says we reap what we sow, we give what we get. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. You put romantic love out, that's what's going to come back to you. Here atop your 7 of water, and you're thinking what to do, how to approach this new beginning you're being offered. Flirt, says the universe. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So you don't want to start out with anything too heavy, as they say, and, you know, bring anybody down. You want to be lighthearted and jovial and all that kind of thing. And that's what's going to spark conversation. Here atop the star is healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, but not just your parents, any and everybody who is so impactful upon your life that they have been able to prevent you from living and or loving, you know, how and whom you wish. You have to repair that. And if you've been praying on that and the universe is willing to help you with it now, that may be why this King of Air is here. At least one meaning. He can have dual meanings too. Why the Ace of Air came through before, because the Ace of Air is a master at cutting away what no longer serves. If you've been asking the universe to send help in this regard, who the universe tends to send is the sword. As they say, Archangel Michael, he cuts these things away from us. So I think that that's what's coming to you now. Here atop the King of Air, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. The red flag that you have is this conflict. Okay, that's the red flag you guys have. The 5 of fire. And I think you have a similar situation. You both have something to work out and something to cut away. And if directly it was only impacting one, let's say, for example, it was only the masculine because he has it here, you know, automatically it impacts the other. It impacts the union until these things are healed. So we got to, you know, be mindful and aware that there, again, is stuff to work on before that we can come together. Because what the universe does want is for, you know, everything to be absolutely perfect when we do. Crowning, here atop the Hermit, engagements. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. We have the engagement crossing the wedding. More, you know, indication of how very bound this union already is, and what's been joined together by God, let no man tear asunder. Okay, this is not coming apart. What we're working on right now, though, is getting rid of those men, as in humans, you know, or other beings, other people who might be trying to tear it asunder, whether directly or indirectly, maliciously or inadvertently, by their, you know, just virtue of their existence in, you know, your business, however they exist in your business. Here at the root, atop the Knight of Earth, very soon, which sounds like another oxymoron because the Knight of Earth is not a fast mover. So like very soon sounds like, yeah, right. Because he's like very methodical and he like plots, you know, he's trotting along the path. But it says here, if you clearly decide what you want, it will come to you now. So, you know, here again, you got to decide, am I making a move, am I not? And then trust once you do. We can't be like flippant about it and changing our mind every day. I have faith in the universe. I don't have faith in the universe. You know, we got to honor our commitment. And remember that we always have a guardian angel when we begin to, that fear begins to come out in us again, and call upon your angels and ask them for support, ask them for help. That's what they're around us for, and they're waiting for that because they can't act until we grant them that, until we give them that permission to say, yes, please intercede in my life. I'm going to get you some advice as well from my Ascended Master cards, beginning with White Tara and Purification, which is, again, the need to detoxify your life and to remove people, places, and things that no longer fit in it. And opening 2, mother, wife, sister, daughter, and Lady Nada. The masculine may have a divine feminine with whom he has to heal a relationship. You may have a divine feminine with whom you have to heal a relationship. And you may have more than one, because one may be yourself. Remember, coming back together like that embrace card. We are inner divine masculine and feminine. Both need to be healed and in balance in order for us to work. And then we can come together with somebody else who's got themselves working, and then we can work together. Mother, wife, sister, daughter. Opening 2, teacher. This is more about the forgiving and learning and the teacher that experiences. They say it's like the best teacher. Mother, wife, sister, daughter. And to counter that, father, husband, brother, son. So healing the divine masculine and our inner masculine as well as any relationships with other masculine energies in our lives that require healing. Father, husband, brother, son. I'm going to cut. Clear and shield your energy, says El Moria. This is very much like the purification and detoxification, in my opinion. It's removing people, places, and things with whom we no longer align from our lives. Saint Germain says, work your magic and get going on this new project. From the ascended masters to the masculine, retreat into nature. So this is more that earth energy and the need to get grounded and spend some time with Mother Nature and in earth. It's also an indication that as soon as you do, you open the flow to your abundance. The green man showing up is all about abundance of, the financial, the monetary, the material, and also love. For you, right, says thought. So this can be, a text, especially with the star having shown up. The star is very much about electronic communication specifically for me. So this can be writing a text, an email, something on FaceTime, Skyping, all that kind of thing, or a letter, a card even, although that's not electronic. Or you're writing to yourself. You don't have to write to the divine masculine. You can, journal. You could write things down, your concerns, your worries, to let go of the fear. Put it in a God box, or put it in something where you set it on fire like I do, or do something, of your own accord with it. But thought says right. To the masculine, the 8 of earth, skilled work is rewarded. I was feeling down here that maybe with regard to money and not love, like he hadn't gotten some, he hadn't received some that he should have. And he's been waiting, and that's part of why the Knight of Earth was here. It's slow in coming, but it is coming. Skilled work is rewarded. Learning all there is to know about a topic, and maybe even going back to school. He can be perhaps thinking about studying a new vocation or something too, or maybe even on the job, at work, sitting next to somebody else's desk or station or something, and learning from them, apprentice style. He has a lot of this energy of learning a new skill surrounding him. And for you, another 5. I'm not really a fan of 5s, and this one, it's not one of my favorites, to be honest. It's the oh woe is me card, and the oh woe is me energy, in my opinion. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped, not seeing the positive of a situation, and crying over spilled milk. So paying too much attention to these 3 cups on the floor, and not the fact that you have the 2 of cups standing right in your face. It's about counting your blessings and, not taking the universe for granted, being thankful. The masculine is getting a message that he needs to love himself first. His self-respect makes him more romantically attractive. So again, I think you both have had instances where you've been living in or loving for someone else, or at least one other someone else, perhaps children, with that being your overall energy. And, you need to correct that in your life. From the romance angels to you, new love, just like you have here at the heart of the matter with the Ace of Water. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Of course, this is your same person with love anew, the resurgence of your old relationship, your sacred union. And to the masculine from the Tony Carmine Salerno Love Oracle, where he already picked relationship and sacred union for you guys. Now he is being granted soulmate from the universe. Like, yes, this is your soulmate too. And for you, creativity. This is, for me, a very like Piscean energy. And maybe that applies to you. Sun, moon, or rising with this water surrounding you. Also Aquarius, this woman has a star on her forehead. And what it says to me, being Piscean and Aquarius, the water bearer, is that it's time to like get passionate and creative about some sort of, like the larger picture, the bigger scene, the world, humanitarianism. It's time for you to start thinking about more you as an individual. Again, as it relates to your individual healing and stuff like that, it's time for you to think about what you want to do too, like your soul's purpose, like, you know, like that kind of where am I, what am I, who am I sort of thing. And you do the introspection of the hermit and learn more about yourself, do more of this self-discovery, because not only is the union ascending, but you guys are as individuals. So this is going to be important for you. I hope that you find this helpful, dear, and that you enjoy it. Namaste, Angel.